Good morning, fellow travelers. What's going on? Just Jeremiah here in St. Paul, Minnesota. I'm going to go spend the day with my sister and her boyfriend and her beautiful little daughter today. I want to show you the morning trip, so yeah. I'm in my boxers and I'm in good shape. Ooh, it's nice out. Yeah, I do give a shit. There's like a car right there. Yeah, the river's behind me, honestly, yeah. Good morning, all that stuff, but I don't feel like putting my clothes on yet. And it's bright out there. I'm gonna fly out tomorrow, it's cheap. Just don't know where to yet. I'm thinking Denver. But that gives me less than 2 weeks to hitchhike to Burning Man. Let's see what I do. I guess that's the fun part, figuring out what's next. Thanks for watching. Hope you're already having a great day. Let's see where mine goes. Black-eyed Susan, Tennessee State flower. Bee balm. It's in the mint family, very similar to echinacea. Man, I love learning about flowers, their medicinal properties, birds, fish. As I get older, I start to care more and more. I think these are geraniums, if I'm not mistaken. Now, geranium essential oil, that was great diffusing for my mom's mental illness. I didn't like I don't like the term mental illness either. For my mom's imbalances. Geranium is good for depression when used with aromatherapy. Lemon was good for her energy. Lavender is calming. Peppermint's good for your memory. It's also refreshing. And tea tree was great for killing all the microbes and the bacteria. It's antimicrobial, antibacterial, antifungal. I used to love doing the essential oils. Maybe I'll share more knowledge on those topics later, but yeah, for now, I was loading stuff up at the library. It's like 5G. I'm getting like 5 gig videos down in under 8 minutes. So I think I might just load up. The editing and the processing of the editing is taking longer. It's pretty cool. So yeah, I'm gonna go over to my sister's. It's like 11 o'clock. Today's the 15th of August, 2021. And I'm gonna go spend time with my sister. She's got kidney issues, so she doesn't really get around much. But yeah, she invited me to come over and we'll make some food and watch some movies. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna fly out tomorrow. So I think that the flights might change cost around 1. I'm gonna try to get that out of the way beforehand. Might as well walk past my old job over here. Sidewalk closed, maybe not. I think this is the Peanuts Park. Whoever drew and conceptualized Peanuts, like Charlie Brown, it was a Minneapolis or St. Paul thing because they're obsessed with those statues here. Check it. Check it out. See, who's the one that played on the piano? I forget. And I think that's Lucy on the right. I used to work at Kincaid's fish and chop house. Honestly, the food was really good, really good. The prices were high, but the servers, I got hired as a bartender because I had more experience, so they threw me on as a bartender. They had people with absolutely no experience serving, and the servers were making at least 8 times what I was making. I got my nephew a job, BJ, bussing tables here. He was making 3 times what I was. The bartenders, it was just there's 8 menus, the stuff scattered everywhere. And literally they were the place that was the corporate model for the rest of the Kincaids. And they were so scattered, it's beautiful. The food was great, but it wasn't set up for the bartenders to succeed. And the bartenders were kind of nasty. And seriously, they'd call me off 3 out of 5 shifts in a week. And every day that I got called off was the day I couldn't go to see my mom because there was 2 buses there and 2 buses back each week. So my mom was sitting there suffering. I'm trying to get money to get situated. These jackasses kept calling me off. It's not like they were mean. I mean, the one bartender was definitely a douche. He had a huge ego. But I mean, let's face it, he's a bartender. And yeah, look, it's really nice, honestly. I would eat there. Don't think I'm talking bad on the business itself, but I think a lot of times the product that you get from a place is definitely different than the work experience. Yeah, the manager, he was so nice. He was so cool. I'll never forget that guy. He was really nice. I felt bad. I just didn't even come back. Call me off on New Year's Eve. Okay, yeah. See ya. I just went to another job opportunity and started there working at Marty's Bar in West St. Paul. The money was much better. Working at a dive bar selling dollar beers. Of course, there's stuff that would go down. People would pull a gun or some other stuff, but no worries. I was so good at names, they were surprised because I can remember everyone's name while bartending. When I bartended in the Florida Keys at a tiki bar, Snook's Bayside, that's a spot with some great food and an awesome, what's the word? Great food and an awesome atmosphere. But yeah, when I bartended there, holy crap, I can memorize 32 people's names on the bar, guests, and not regulars. We're talking about people that, oh shit. I thought we had a flocka dude going on. Yeah, I could memorize where 32 strangers, tourists from out of town, what their names were, where they're from, remember all of them, and repeat them back to them the whole time. I would write it down, every single person's name. I would put it in the computer so it's on the check and the ticket. I picked up the word ticket down in Tennessee. That's funny. I used to never say that. The check. And then I would repeat it back to them every time they got a drink, every time they wanted to order. Bob, what would you like? Cindy, here's your martini. People loved it. And then when people would sit down and say, hey, I'm Jeremiah. I get to take care of you. What's your names? They'd tell me their names, and I'd say, well, here's Bob and Cindy. They're from Connecticut. Over on the other side is George and Martha, or whatever. The old people names, sorry. It was the Keys. It was a lot of old people. You got to have money to visit the Keys. But yeah, so the whole bar would start talking to each other, and then I could focus on really busting out the drinks without having people trying to bog me down. How do I get to... Put it on the goddamn Google Maps. You fucking kidding me? I've got 32 people I'm making drinks for, plus all the fucking people on the floor. I got it. That's my job. But dude, seriously, Google Maps. Do you really think that if you can't figure out how to use Google Maps, do you really think that I believe you're going to remember my directions there? No. But yeah, so I would I'm sure you could guess, I made great money there. I mean, honestly, I probably didn't make less than $1,500 a week bartending there in the Keys. And that's how I paid for my underwater photography, my freediving gear, lots of travels, worked my ass off. So, a lot of people I'm sure assume that I've just been a dirty kid my whole life. But this is all new. This is because the lockdown offered me this. Lockdown said, hey, those fancy jobs you got? Nope. Your industry? Nope. I smell good weed. I can't wait to fly to Denver tomorrow and panhandle for some weed. So, yeah, I do miss working. But if I ever go back, it's just going to be part-time because I'm going to pull this shit off. It's going to work. I'm going to sell my art, my photography. I'm going to get sponsorships, sell merchandise. I mean, do you want a shirt that says some stuff? I can design something easy. I'm like a fine artist. But I guess that's my ramble. I just feel like sometimes there's gaps in my day when I'm not really doing much, and it's hard to come up with a coherent train of thought for an entire video, but I'm realizing who cares? I don't need one. I'll just ramble, go with the flow, and give you a look at how dead downtown St. Paul is. Holy shit, this is like a zombie apocalypse. Really, Now it is a Sunday, but the other cities have not been like this through COVID. I noticed that certain places have a lot more fear than others. And I'm sorry, but this is definitely one of them. Not a huge fan of fear. It inhibits your sympathetic nervous system. It inhibits your parasympathetic nervous system. That's your healing center. Rest, recovery, digestion. Digestion sounds silly, but what is digestion? It's how you cultivate the richness and diversity of a proper gut microbiome, which in turn affects your immune system. So whenever you're switched onto fear mode, anger, fear, stress, anxiety, which is stress, hatred, these all trigger your sympathetic nervous system. It's counterintuitive because sympathetic sounds good, but your sympathetic nervous system is your flight or fight response. You get an overload of adrenaline. You know, you'll jump out of the way of that tiger or flip out the car windshield and land on your feet. It's perfect for that stuff, but at the same time, all of that energy was diverted from your healing centers. You might notice a theme with me talking about fear and why we should fight it, and how I think that with the current pandemic going on, that you can be aware without being afraid. And it's not just a bunch of BS, like it's backed by science. The two parts of your brain, the sympathetic nervous system is your reptile brain, that's your autonomous nervous system, and the higher functioning mammalian brain, which is actually wrapped around the reptilian brain, that's where the parasympathetic nervous system comes in, rest, recovery, digestion. So if you've got fear, face it, move through it, and jump to your healing centers, embrace them, because you're an awesome person, you deserve to be, and there's nothing to be afraid of. Fear is the mind killer, the little death. We got any Dune fans? Nothing to fear but fear itself. There's some police looking at me funny. Get to wave at them, maybe show them off. I smiled. I have nothing against police. They're people. Some people suck. Some people are awesome. I can't judge them based on their uniform any more than I want to judge based off this backpack. That's my opinion. You don't have to share it. But yeah, I'm also not afraid of them. Probably because I don't do much to deserve their, their negative energies. Not that you always need to. I definitely watch the YouTube videos. My YouTube's been popping up with a bunch of negative stuff lately, and makes me angry. I don't like it. I usually rely off YouTube to like feel inspired and learn, and somehow my algorithm's getting all mixed up. Maybe it's based off of what I've chosen to click. Who knows? I think I need to like delete my cache, you know, in like my phone or something. Damn. Keep smelling good weed. All right, I might have to ask someone. Yo, peace. Later. That is a tall sunflower. Look at this. Holy crap. Here's my head level right here. This is new and I like it. Scatterbrain. During that whole walk and talk towards the grocery store, I left this just sitting at the library. I got so lucky. Just ran back with his backpack. Now I'm definitely hungry. Man, wish I had better organizational skills. It's hard enough just traveling, but then focusing on this. Oh, crap. I'm fine. Whew. I ran though. Cool. See ya. Hey there, just Jeremiah at my sister's house with my nephew and my sister's boyfriend and my niece. I'm making deviled eggs. Who likes deviled eggs? Yum. Gotta have the pimento stuffed olives. Half of them have paprika, half of them have Old Bay. We were deviled eggs fanatics when I was a kid. I mean, unfortunately, we didn't really get as much food as we probably should have at home. So anytime our awesome family would make these huge feasts, we'd kind of just go to town. Probably like eat 5 deviled eggs before someone ate one. I know I would. I just didn't have a clue as a kid. Not that I have a clue now. I'm better at acting like I do. Hors d'oeuvres, concert.
Hors d'oeuvres, thank you. Did a great job with these.
The camera shy, Diane?
Thank you, monsieur.
No problem. There's plenty more. I'm gonna go give one to Stefan. Stefan. Thank you so much. See, I'm just gonna set these here for us and help yourselves. There's at least 6 each for each of us. So yeah, my family is awesome and they invited me over for dinner and we're having a great day, and I just wanted to share a tidbit without taking too much of our personal time. Thank you. Who likes deviled eggs? Tell me. I love them.